As I thought, Hugo really is here. When we were still working together, he would often choose routes that were difficult to attack, yet easy to defend. Master Proxy, the layout of the port is complex. Ethereals may jump out from any corner. Do be extra careful.
There are so many Ethereals, but they don't seem to faze him at all.
Though I am loath to admit it, that man is quite formidable.
Careful, or you'll get hurt.
I'm not going to let you have your way. Master Proxy, that's one of Hugo's weapons. Make sure to avoid it. Stand still. He's extremely familiar with this place. Master Proxy, dragging this out will only be to our disadvantage. Let's proceed through here post-haste. Stay. The mechanism here isn't damaged. It's still functioning normally. Something's not right. It feels too easy, almost as if it let us through on purpose. Stand still. Stay calm now. This must be the right way. Not to worry, Master Proxy. We'll be able to catch up to him soon. It should be this way. Are they from the auction? No, they shouldn't be able to. Back then, Hugo would typically retreat into a hollow after securing the goods, and as his partner, I'd be responsible for leading the pursuers astray. I'm unsure if he has a partner now. Well,
He was alone the entire time when he approached us before.
I see. That's good. It means he must be carrying that core himself. Regardless, Master Proxy, let's steer. Although I'm confident in my ability to defeat them, a clash here might delay us and jeopardize your safety. Our main focus now is locating Hugo. Time to hunt. Amateurs. Stand still. Stay calm now. He should be nearby.
Long time no see, traitor.
It was you who broke the oath, not me.
You haven't changed, pompous and self-righteous.
Beyond reason!
Both of you! Enough!
Master Proxy. Are you all right, Master Proxy? Any injuries?
I'm fine. I just forgot I wasn't Eos. I thought your attacks would just go over my head. I'm not used to being this tall, I guess.
Rest assured, manager. My blade. I'll never point my weapon at my allies. As for that oath, he has no sense of control in the heat of battle, even turning on his own
I'd thank you not to spread lies.
What are you denying?
Thought we were in for a tough day, but it seems we struck gold in the end. If you value your lives, you better hand over all your etheric resources and any other valuables you've got.
I have no conflict with you, gentlemen. I'm here for personal reasons, not to mine ether resources.
Cut the crap. It's been a rough day, and we need something to make it right. Whatever your business is, pay your dough or bite the dust.
Pay our dough. This is the Hollow. You're not claiming this Hollow, and not even the current mayor of New Eridu would dare to make that assertion. Am I correct, Mr. Mayflower Watchdog?
You sure have a mouth on you, pretty boy. Don't push it. We've buried idiots like you in the Hollow before, and soon you'll be joining them.
I'd urge you to reconsider.
Huh?
Unfortunately, your kind advice has come too late. They've already won my patience. Scared? Then perhaps you should think twice before you act. You've made your bed. Now lie in it.
Sorry, I'm so sorry.
Spare us! We won't do it again!
Are you quite done blowing off steam? Don't kill...
Who do you think you are to tell me what to do? They weren't planning to show you any mercy, yet you forgive them. You haven't changed at all over the years, Lycon. To hell with you and your foolish fantasies of being some all. Haven't you learned your lesson from what happened with your eye and legs?
My principles remain unshaken. No one has the right to take another's life.
Sinners deserve punishment. Do you know how many lives? I'm merely delivering the justice the world needs.
It is not our place to pass judgment. I know I will not sway you. There's no point in continuing this argument. I will stop you. I always will.
Go ahead and try. I will defeat you. Be prepared to kneel before me, traitor.
You talk too much. Take this.
Proxy, I'd advise against trusting anyone from the Mayflower family. Or their dog. Wait. How many bodies did the mayor step over in his ascent to power? I have you now!
Really? Do you two have to do this now?
Stands.
My apologies.
Worry not. Mastery of my skills will come in time. But there's something more important I would like to teach you. Something about faith.
Does a phantom thief even need faith?
Of course. What else would we fight for?
For wealth, fame, and power to stand at the top, so nothing and no one can imprison us. Isn't that what everyone desires? Or perhaps by faith, do you mean something asinine and empty, like justice, dreams, or friendship? Hilarious. Grow up, Lycon. It's time to let go of your naive fantasies of being some almighty savior.
You just don't get it.
All right, enough squabbling. What I'm trying to teach you is very simple. I may not walk the path of justice, but I do not walk the path of evil. There's too much injustice in this world. And there are times when it becomes necessary to right those wrongs with unconventional methods. Taking lives, however, is out of the question. Life is a precious gift, one that nobody has the right to steal. No one should have the authority to judge whether another lives or dies. Keep that in mind.
I will.
You don't seem convinced, Hugo.
As you mentioned, that's why we must strive to bring fairness to this world. Those who cause harm should face consequences, just as those who take lives. But not all lives hold the same value. Sometimes, you may need to eliminate one if it means saving more.
You're too proud. Your pride may lead you astray.
I have my own path and beliefs, Jack. I'll determine for myself what's fair and unfair.
Hey, watch your mouth. If it weren't for Jack, you'd be dead already.
You're a smart kid, Hugo. Skilled too. You could easily take the life of a sinner. However, what if one day you found out you were wrong? What if that so-called sinner were innocent?
I wouldn't make that mistake.
To err is human. Everyone is bound to make mistakes. It's good you are open with your thoughts. I just don't want your troubled past to weigh you down, because your hatred doesn't define you. It only eats away at you.
What's wrong, Lycon? You've been quiet for a while now.
My apologies, Master Proxy. I was just reminded of some past memories. Before Hugo and I founded Mockingbird, we had a mentor, Jack. He took us under his wing when we were in dire straits, imparting his skills and life lessons. But Hugo didn't agree with his viewpoints. Perhaps our paths were always fated to diverge.
Okay, I'll admit. I've been itching to ask. Why did you two split up?
Mockingbird faced numerous triumphs, but also setbacks, and one of them was a disastrous... Hugo. You... Was this you? All this?
So what if it was?
Have you gone crazy? Have you been planning this all along? You'd bury all these lives in the name of vengeance?
They deserve to die, especially my so-called father. I should have killed him a long time ago. A really long time ago. You know what, Lycan? There's some people whose only purpose in life is to bring more suffering into this world. Sometimes murder is what brings justice back into this world. And for that, I must stain these hands in blood.
Enough! I can't trust anything you say anymore. I'm leaving Mockingbird, now!
Where are you going?
Anywhere. Someone from the Mayflowers got in touch with me before.
Are you mad? You know what those hypocrites in city administration are like. They're no different from tops. We fought them together all this time, and now you're leaving to serve as their lapdog. Are you going to turn your back on Mockingbird? Turn your back on me?
The mayor is different from the others. But it doesn't matter. I'm not going to even try convincing you. As your friend, I'll give you one last piece of advice. Please, stop here. Otherwise, the day will come where your hatred and ambition will consume you. My apologies, Master Proxy. Hugo came from a powerful family, and his relationship with them was always strained, especially with his own father. So much so that Hugo wanted to personally put an end to him. After shouldering a mountain of injustice, Hugo ran away from home. That's when Jack and I met him, and that setback that Mockingbird suffered turned out to be intimately connected to his family. I had thought it was just a normal mission, when in fact he was plotting revenge. He took advantage of me. I do not mean to pass judgment on him and his decision, but I refuse to accept a partner who is willing to trample over other people's lives for their own desires. Perhaps his family left a mark on him that continues to influence him to this day. In any case, Hugo still has the sacrifice core. We should contact the mayor to plan our next move.
A pleasure to speak with you. Lycan has already filled me in on Mockingbird stealing the sacrifice core. I'll deal with it.
Anything else we can do to help? I mean, we didn't manage to complete our mission.
No. You've done well. It's just not appropriate for you to get involved in what's to come.
We've been through far more dangerous situations. Plus, we've dealt with Mr. Mockingbird before. So maybe we could help you.
Really, I appreciate your kindness. It's just... Very well. Seeing as you're all people I know I can trust, not long ago, I received a letter declaring criminal intent.
Sir.
Lycan, I know you don't want to place them in danger. I feel the same way. However, that letter threatened to use a sacrifice to take vengeance against the entire city of New Eridu.
What do you mean by vengeance?
I believe the person, or the organization, who sent the letter is planning to use everything we've uncovered so far seems to support this hypothesis. As you know, the sacrifice's true power is a mystery and cannot be controlled. If anyone attempts to use this is no small issue. If this gets out, it'll send the public into a panic. Please promise me you'll keep...
Then let us help out. We can...
But it's like I said before. It'll be too dangerous for you. Whichever way you look at it, you're still citizens of New Eridu, and as mayor, it's my duty to protect you. Plus, Carol would be furious with me if I put you in danger. If she were still around. Anyway, I'm not at liberty to discuss this matter any further. Please rest assured that we will handle things properly as the administrative authority of New Eridu.
That's right. Master Proxy, please trust us.
So that'll be all for today.
I'll have to work overtime to finish this mission report. You're here!
The day's training. All right, let's get started.
I'm probably not getting out of this hollow. But at least this tape recorder still works. I gave away my anti-corruption equipment to save those civilians, so I'm not in good shape. Unfortunately, we came up against a horde of ethereals right after that. I rushed over to fight them off and tried to save the civilians, but in the thick of all the fighting, I turned back, and luckily, I managed to defeat the ethereals. I don't mean to cast the blame at all here, and if any of my colleagues ever pick up this cassette, I hope that nobody is ever held accountable. It's just human nature. It's normal. I just have a few regrets. Over there. I've seen a miracle. Yes, that thing is right. So long as humanity is in constant conflict against the Hollows, we'll never be able to grasp true power. by embracing everything. It's the only way. Only by embracing this power can everyone survive. Oh, Creator! Please, grant me this!
Are you okay, Ji-Yuan?
Thanks. I'm okay. It's just... Even though we had our suspicions, now that everything is out in the open, I can't help but feel a little... Well, at least now I know the reason why he changed.
What did Bringer see during the recording? Whatever it was, he called it a miracle.
I saw the mission report from that incident. Bringer emerged from the Hollow unscathed, completely free. Plus, I remember him rescuing a few civilians and walking up.
But if that's the case, then it's at odds with the audio we heard.
It's possible that both, like if Bringer actually met a real god that completely healed his body and helped him save the others.
And that's why his mood changed so much. Why he started believing the Exaltists. Because he witnessed a miracle.
That sounds like a reasonable speculation at this point.
But it still exceeds the limits of what we know.
In any case, it's a clue that ultimately points to the Exaltists. I'll keep...
I've been waiting for you for quite some time. We meet again, Master Proxy. I imagine you've already managed to gain some info from the conspirators about some people who wish to use sacrifice to launch an attack.
How do you even know about that? I only just found—
Because I've been watching you this entire time. I know many things. But unlike those hypocrites, I'm willing to share info with you to show my sincere hopes of working together. I need to find Bringer's belongings.
Bringer's belongings. Did he even leave anything behind?
Oh, he did. I have complete confidence in my intelligence network. All the more reason for you to work with me. You've probably already guessed, but what Bringer left behind will be crucial for cracking the alleged sacrifice attack. Find it, and we'll finally know what they are after.
Who do you mean by they?
The Exaltists, of course. They're always lurking whenever something related to sacrifice comes up. Actually, the Exaltists and I, we have a bit of shared history. But no more than that until you officially agree to work with me.
All right, I agree.
Splendid. By the way, might I ask, you're not proficient?
Nope,
As I expected. Not to worry. You're an invaluable I mean, not even my darling Lord Phaethon can fight in the Hollows.
Hang on. What did you—
That's right. The best proxy in all of New Eridil. Lord Phaethon. Don't tell me you don't like him.
It's not that I don't like him.
Well, if it's not that you don't like him, then that means you do like him, right? And I know exactly how you feel. My love for Lord Phaethon is really complicated, too. Great, you're a fan of Lord Phaethon, too.
Fine, you're right. I I'm actually a fan of Lord Phaethon.
Then we're fellow fans! Oh my! Once I start talking about Lord Phaethon, I just can't help myself! Look at the time! I suppose that's all for today then.
Proxy, you're here too.
I didn't expect to run into you here.
What are you two doing here? And is that a new look I see, Ambi?
I'm here to investigate that incident. I've recently dug up some clues about the person behind the operation, but my key contact is ultra cautious and keeps demanding me to prove my ID. So, to gain her trust, I decided to meet her now that everything is completely finished. For me, we all have to move on someday.
I'm helping her. I want to make sure whoever's behind all this is caught. And who's this young lady?
Her name's Vivian. She's my friend. We're here investigating a few things ourselves.
Ambi, one of the Cunning Hair's most powerful members. And Trigger, an Opal Squad sniper. It's an honor to make your acquaintance. You know?
Looks like someone's done our homework.
You two are practically celebrities. And because of my work, I've got loads of info when it comes to anyone with a...
I see. Seems you're handling your work well.
Let's prepare to enter the Hollow. Unless you have any further questions, we'll be taking our leave. You're going into a Hollow?
Yeah, that's right. I've recovered quite a bit lately.
Huh. Aren't you...
Hello.
Vivian, are you alright?
What's wrong, Vivian? Are you feeling...
It's nothing. So then...
Don't worry. I'm not here to scam you. I'm waiting to meet some...
Don't tell me. You're my contact for
That's me. Ambi from Silver Squad, I presume? But, alright. I'm going to exchange some information with Miss Ambi.
You're not looking so good.
Okay, that's all in return. I will take me into the Hollow. I left something very valuable inside.
Seeing as we were just about to go in ourselves... It's fine by me. But didn't you say you were investigating something? It's fine. There's no rush. Right.
Huh? Yeah.
It'll be safer with more people and we'll find your missing item more...
Thank you.
So, what is it that you all plan to do here? We are here to look for something too. Something extremely important. New Eridu's future may well depend on it.
Calibrating.
I'm on it.
Attacking from our blind spot. Right on cue. Time to focus up. Recalibrating. Increase firepower. Supporting position.
Right over.
Keep up the...
Focus up. Now it's my turn to ask questions. What exactly is it that you're investigating? Since you're familiar with the name Silver, then you should know that it shouldn't exist anymore. Light him up!
Ether vision activate.
What I'm investigating has something to do with it.
The target's weary.
Focus up.
The melody of combat.
A sound strategy.
Quick shot.
Move behind me.
Supporting position. Engaging head-on. Adjusting for wind.
Roxy, let's use that fissure to head to the next location.
This is the place.
So, what is it?
A ring. I was excavating ether here before and accidentally... Please, could you all help me find it?
Sure.
I'll go with you.
I'll stay here with...
Thanks, but you don't have... I know it might... I'll be so happy if my daughter grows up to be...
There's leftover food here. I don't want to imagine what's inside the bag. A toy that seems emotionally stable. There shouldn't be a ring hidden in it.
It's a fancy lunchbox?
I wonder if its owner is safe and sound.
What's wrong, Vivian? You seemed worried for a while now.
I'm worried about Sienna.
Recalibrating.
Her location should still be safe. I hope so.
Her vital signs are...
What happened? I guess this was... There's one thing your time is running.
I'm not sure how you can tell, but... You're right. I'm very sick and don't have much longer. If I try to get treatment, it'll just be... So I scam my way through a bunch of physical exams and managed to take out a hollow corruption policy through Ravenlock Insurance. Once some time has passed, could you please take my corrupted body out of the hollow? That will secure it's only what the Ravenlocks owe me. A pity, yes. But it's the only way I can squeeze it out of them.
What makes you think that will help you?
I just trust you will. I'm just awfully sorry you had to get involved in this. But it's something I must do. I have to leave something behind for my girl. I have to give her a chance at life. If it's okay, could you also tell her Don't worry. Even if Mommy's... Thank you.
She was betting that we'd help her. So, you were aware of this? Yes. You might not believe me, but I've had this ability to see the future since I was a little, but the things I see are always... That's all I've ever been able...
It's all that kid's fault!
She's seriously jinxed.
I always try to avoid her. Otherwise, she'll say something rotten that ends up coming true again.
Prophecies, she says. Like she's not the one bringing the bad luck upon her.
It wasn't me. I didn't... Sorry.
What good is saying you're sorry? Things like this keep happening every time.
How, Arnie? She shouldn't be here.
If only she would just... disappear.
I just... wanted to warn you all. I'm sorry. Every time. In the end. Sometimes I even wonder whether it's me or if my very existence is man.
Vivian, you were just trying to be kind and warn them about impending disasters.
I can tell it's never been easy for you.
Thank you. No matter what. I hope no misfortune ever happens to anyone. Proxy, do you believe that the future can be changed?
Whoa!
In my memory, this has happened countless times already.
Stop!
Time. I can only see these misfortunes. Why can't I even have a sliver of happiness? Focus.
Ether vision activate.
I'm on it.
Time to focus fire.
Roger.
Proxy, the fissure that we're looking for is up ahead.
Show no mercy. Recalibrating. The target's weary.
Focus up.
Fire support ready.
Now you pay. Wide open.
You're in my sights.
Flip the switch. Dissolve.
Time to pin them down. Adjusting for wind.
I think it's about time.
We should take that lady out of the hollow.
Thank you.
She gave us the intel we needed. So I hope everything else goes...
Master Proxy, is there anything you'd like to know?
Can you tell me a little more about your visions of misfortune?
It's... these premonitions I see are not... Most of the time, I see death, disease, acts, but every time, without exception. That's all I have to say about it.
I don't mind at all. That's just who you are, Vivi.
I've always considered this ability as a...
It's not a curse. If anything...
Thank you. Well, it's getting late. Bringer's belongings ought to be around here somewhere. Looks like it isn't in here. Strange. There's nothing in here. This is it. But I don't know what these
Well, hello, Master. Oh, don't give me that scandalized look. I did just...
I would have protected the proxy, even if you hadn't.
I'm sure of it, but I happen to be in the area. Worry not, dear companion. I have complete confidence.
Hang on, did you say...
Apologies. I'm actually part of the Phantom Thieves Syndicate, Mockingbird.
That's right. I was only able to slip in during the auction thanks to some help from VIP.
So, the whole time, you were only bidding on the collection so you could get backstage and mess with things?
I warned you before. You can't rely on appearances.
Don't worry, Master Proxy. We don't have any ulterior motives here. As you've probably heard, Mockingbird is a renowned Phantom Thieves syndicate in New Eridu that, despite its longevity, has managed to maintain the secrecy of its members' identities to this day. So, disclosing our identities to you is essentially the highest sign of good faith that a Mockingbird... Your trust is most... Mockingbird's purpose is very simple, really. To form long-standing and cooperative relationships with outstanding proxies, like yourself.
We need your ability.
Before you make any decisions, we all know there isn't anything in this world that's fair. People from tops splurge on luxurious collectibles, while the poor have to gamble, of course. Besides wealth, there's also an unequal distribution in this world of happiness and suffering. Hope somebody has to do something to tilt the balance of the scale. And thus Mockingbird was born. We take from those who have far more than they deserve, if you ask me. That...
You do have a point. I can agree with that.
Thank you. I knew if anyone, you'd understand. However, aside from these philosophical considerations, we also have a crisis on our hands to deal with. As you know, the Exaltists are plotting to use the power of sacrifice to launch an attack on all. We can provide you with all the latest intel, just like that notebook you found. Something those pompous housekeepers would never be willing to do. And the most crucial part of this whole game, the Sacrifice Core, is currently in mine. We share the same goal for the moment. stopping the impending disaster from playing out.
I need some time to think about it.
How about this? If you still have misgivings about our upcoming cooperation, then why don't you bring Lycon along with you? He's got the support of the mayor's office behind him, and his presence alone is enough to keep me in check. That would put you more at ease, right? Of course, you're welcome to bring some other friends along, provided they aren't from Public Security or HSO.
Well, if you're willing to let my...
Great. It's a deal. Consider it a souvenir.
For now, we'll...
How about it? Will you work with me?
Not bad. Let me be honest with you. I have the sacrifice cord. I am mocking.
So it's you.
Relax, my friend. As you know, if I can sneak into such a heavily guarded auction, then naturally, I can just as easily slip away, right? I'm here with the sincere intention to seek cooperation. I can give you that.
And what do you want in
wealth, glory, power? The things everyone else in the world wants, I want them too. And I'm confident that as the current heir to the Ravenlock family, those are all things you can...
Then my family is working on a big project. If things come to fruition, Ravenlock's status in Tops will significant... At which point, I'll be sure to leave a spot for you. Naturally, as an outsider, you're precluded from handling any of our core business. But profits from the scraps alone...
Mr. Hartman, I think you've misunderstood me. In fact, I have an art gallery under my name that does pretty well for it. I was hoping...
You want to join Tops?
Just answer me yes or no. I don't think either of us can afford to waste time.
I understand. But in exchange, you'll have to give me the sacrifice core first.
I'm sorry, but I'm afraid you don't want to put all your chips on the table when dealing with Tops. I know that far too well.
Then that means
Mr. Hartman, I should remind you that I stand before you undisguised. Coming from a phantom, if I betray you, then you merely need to lift a finger to...
You do make a valid point there. And that...
I appreciate your trust.
Why don't we celebrate our new partnership with a toast? Having a drink before undertaking anything important is...
As an outsider...
By the way, you aren't the only member of your organization.
You don't have to worry about that. I'll make sure she agrees. Otherwise...
Seems you'll do whatever it takes to get things done. All right, let's leave it at that for today.
That's him! He's the one who killed Serena!
She was the only one who was ever any good to him, right? That's how he repays her?
That's why they say once a mongrel, always a mongrel. Just look into his eyes.
Father! We have to punish him!
Serena had been ranking ahead of him. Hugo must have poisoned her water so he could pass her.
Pure evil. Typical for an impure bloodline. You should have been kicked out ages ago.
Hugo, did you do...
Yes, it was me.
He admitted it!
He has no right to live under...
Why don't we reunite him with Serena, then?
Hugo? My children, how many times in this world only the most ruthless, cruel, and unscrupulous of people ever, like Hugo here, who is willing to murder his only true loved one without us. Only someone with the means and the gumption to do that is qualified to be my heir.
But...
It's all over now, and the results are obvious. The winner of this month, as for the rest of you, go...
Father! Before this, I was number one.
As I've told you before, there's only room for one winner in this family. This is all for your own good.
Yes, I...
So...
Thank you for escorting me here, Proxy. Today was quite eventful. You're a child that only brings misfortune. People have been saying that about me for a long time. I used to feel hurt and resentful. But now that I think about it, it's perfectly normal for people to react that way. Why do I only predict suffering? If I could predict happy things, joyful things, would people like me a little more? Maybe fate truly is set in stone. Often, I want to help these people avoid their miserable fates. For a time, I even thought that I was successful, that I could change people's destiny. But it was all an illusion. In the end, I couldn't do anything at all. So, I was really happy when you said that my abilities weren't a curse, but a gift. Thank you, Proxy. I'm so glad to have met you. And you're also a fan of Lord Phaethon. It's like we were fated to meet. I don't know why, but I feel completely at ease when I'm by your side. I feel like I'm free from judgment, from blame. I don't need to worry about anything, and can just be my own true self. Perhaps people really do possess an aura, and ours just so happen to be extremely compatible. By the way, you asked me before about Hugo. I don't really know much about him. He rarely ever talks about his past. But judging from his eye colors, you can guess he's probably the bastard son of a renowned family. I think his mother was very worried about his different colored eyes. And just like that, he moved from a leaky and dry. But he's also mentioned that the extravagant home is actually like hell for him. I think it's probably because the family treats him terribly. I digress. He ran away. After that, they formed Mockingbird together and experienced... So, I imagine I would still be wandering around now if I had never met him. To me, I've always felt as though he's carrying some heavy burden with him. Sometimes when I look into his eyes, even though he may say some extreme thing, I think one day he'll tell me his secret. Until then...
I shall follow your orders.
It appears we're the first to arrive. This might sound weird, but I don't really know why that makes me feel.
It's because we're fellow fans!
For sure.
Of course, Lord Phaethon is the greatest there will ever be, but you're definitely the best proxy. Hugo told me before that you're really skilled, and he said we'd get along great. Oh, by the way, would you like to come by my place if you have time later? I have a huge...
Phaethon, Lord Phaethon...
It's all my own original merch! Like screenshots of old Internet comments. I print them out and turn them into postcards. Plus the avatars Lord Phaethon's used, the music playlists they recommend. I've organized it all! I'd love to show it all to you if we get the chance.
Well...
Speaking of which, what's taking those two so long? Hugo said he had some preparations to do before entering the hub.
This is getting to be more than just a coincidence. Or perhaps you are actually stalking me.
If I was stalking you, you wouldn't ever know.
Overconfident as always. You haven't changed at all.
We just make it a habit to check the state of our weapons prior to combat.
Thanks for that little reminder. I almost forgot.
I didn't expect you to let me join.
What else could I do? Master, I never expected for us to have a chance to enjoy some pleasant conversation like this. It really has been too long.
Indeed. Thankfully, Jack went in peace.
He must have known about his condition for some time. He even left us with instructions. Passing peacefully in your sleep is the most natural way to go. I'm happy for him. By the way, Lycon, have you given it any thought yet?
You mean about our guild for Phantom Thieves?
Yeah. It's time for us to build an organization of our own. Jack always supported the idea, didn't he?
I don't have any objections. But what should we call it then?
How about Mockingbird? It's a bird known for mimicking the calls of others to blend in. The same way we don high society roles for ourselves when we're out on a mission. Oh, oops. I nearly forgot. You're a terrible actor, and you're always flubbing your lines. I guess we can...
No, call it Mockingbird. We're always just putting on an act, aren't we? I won't slip up on our next mission. Besides, we still ran missions together even when we didn't have a name. Having one now won't really make a difference.
No. It does make a difference, Lycon. And I don't just want a name. I want Mockingbird to become a symbol. Like the sword of Damocles hanging over everyone's heads. Striking fear into the hearts of the rich and cruel. Whenever they hear, just like Jack used to say, this world isn't fair. So that's why we have to influence it however we can.
But on the basis of not causing harm to other people's lives. That's also what Jack used to say. You remember, don't you?
Of course I remember. All right, I promise.
That sounded pretty forced. Don't forget, things don't end well for people who break their oaths.
I'm good for my word. You must trust your fellow companions. That's also something Jack would say. Well then, today's the day that Mockingbird will officially start flying. Our first order of business, deciding on our symbol.
Looks like we're all here. Hugo, you're late again.
I didn't expect the coordinates in Bringer's notes to lead here.
Oh, are you familiar with this place?
More familiar than you, it seems.
Roxy, if they're being too noisy, then I take action. Focus up. Yeah.
I don't enjoy obstacles in my path. Can we not...
The generator room should be nearby. Over here. Master Proxy, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but there's something wrong with the circuit. It seems to be blocked.
Don't tell me. Victoria Housekeeping's high and mighty attendants can't even fix a simple circuit.
I can fix it, but I'll need a circuit diagram before I can do anything. I've seen diagrams for this type of circuit before. It's a pity that we're unable to connect to the outside world from inside the hollow.
Just leave that problem to me.
Vel, I just sent an image of a circuit diagram to your phone. Check if you received it.
Thank you very much, Master Proxy. Now then, let's start. The circuit is fixed. We should now be able to open that door.
Wait up. Wait a second. It's all coming together now. Could it be your Lord Phaethon? Impossible. There's no way. I mean, you're an incredible proxy, sure. And you're a good person.
That's me. I'm Faith.
Unbelievable. Lord Phaethon! Goodness me. Lord Phaethon was right in front. Could you? I mean, if you're willing, could you please give me an autograph? And
anything you want. We just gotta get out of the hollow first.
Oh! Okay. Sorry. Guess I got a little too excited.
Anyone?
Yeah. If I ever met my favorite movie director, I'd be the same.
We should keep moving. This isn't the best place for idle chit-chat.
The door's finally open. The proxy is Raven. Raven is the proxy. This is a dream. I never want to wake up.
An opportune time. Awaiting orders.
Thank you, Hugo. The fissure over there should lead to our destination. Lycon, your fighting style wasn't so reserved in the past.
I've matured.
You call this mature? You're just being pretentious.
An opportunity. A difficult foe, that one. Let us leave this place at once. Ensuring Master Proxy's safety is our highest priority.
I won't let anything happen to you, Lord Phaethon. In position. Off balance. Lord Phaethon, how are you feeling? Are you tired? Do you need a break? Some food? Water?
Thank you for your concern.
Master, a complex mechanism has been detected ahead. To pass through, you need to activate all 3 smaller mechanisms. Suggestion: split up and handle them simultaneously to save time.
So, we have to head to 3 different places to crack this thing.
Huh? We're splitting into 3. I can take care of one myself.
That leaves the last one to me, then.
You should go with Hugo.
What's that supposed to mean? We get along just fine, don't we, Miss Cunninghair?
I don't know what's going on with you two, but you've been bickering the whole time. It's annoying. This is a good chance for you guys to build some rapport. Anby's got a point. Hugo, just go with Lycon.
You just want to be alone with your Lord Phaethon, don't you?
Huh? That's not it!
All right. Sounds like a plan.
If Master Proxy says so, Lycon.
I really want to recommend you two some movies for a crash course on teamwork. Lord Phaethon, there are too many ethereals here. Sure enough, Lord Phaethon and I share. Sorry. Goodness me. Somehow I'm fighting alongside Lord Phaethon. I'm going to wake up any second.
No, this isn't a dream.
Not only is Lord... That's it. I pledge to be a...
I'm happy to hear that, don't get me wrong. But why do you...
Lord Phaethon, the one who saved me in my darkest, most desperate times. You probably don't remember, but... Well, it's so embarrassing. Sorry. I hope I'm not bothering you too much.
Of course not. Thank you for your loyal support.
I should... Sorry to keep babbling like that. I'm sure Anby will be able to manage. But as for Hugo and Lycon...
So, I have no intention of arguing with you right now.
What a coincidence. That's just this once. We should trust each other.
I have no objection.
Very well. I know you've never fully trusted even before it all fell apart.
You wanted to speak to me alone?
I know you and Hugo are as thick as thieves and don't hide anything from one another. But you can't tell him what I'm about to tell.
Did something happen?
Hugo is an intelligent and in time he'll grow beyond me. Reach a place where people will marvel and look up to him as a beacon.
Yeah. As much as I hate to admit it, he always picks things up just a teeny bit quicker than me. But none of that matters, because I can overpower him easy.
I don't think being gifted is a good thing for... He bears a dark and painful past. What he was taught, the hatred he was faced with, everything he picked up. It's all become an integral, inseparable part of him. I believe that beautiful flowers can blossom even in the darkest abyss. But the roots of that flower, it's a curse that flows through his lineage. A curse that fate branded him with. I've seen far too many people like that throughout this long life of mine. They struggle with this curse their whole lives. But they all end up failing in the end. The path of light is narrow and fleeting.
Do you mean...
I don't know. I hope he'll always stay true to his heart. That he won't give in to hatred and ambition. That he won't become the dragon that must be slain. But he has inherited the seed of evil. I'm afraid I will. So then, Lycon, Promise me now, you must hold his chain tight. To restrain him. To stop him. And when necessary, to choke him.
You've become slow. Or maybe you've been on guard against me this whole time, and that's what's slowing you down. Lycaon, I hope you're aware that the one who betrayed Mockingbird and went to work for... I would never betray...
I don't wish to repeat myself, but you should not break our oath.
That's the path I've chosen.
But you know that path will lead...
Who are you to lecture me up?
I believe any path that makes you feel pain...
Your disgusting sympathies make me sick, Lycaon. There's only ever been one person who can kill me or save me, and that is me. That was loud. What's happening up ahead?
Hold on, everyone. I'll go check it out.
It's probably multiple ethereals attacking. Just in case, I'll go with you.
Vivian, you should go with them too. Keep an eye on Lycon, will you? I'm worried he might sell us out to the mayor when he gets the chance.
I'd never do that. But if Miss Vivian wishes to join...
Okay. Then... Why do you look... I need to get away from Lord Phaethon for a little bit.
If that's the case, Miss Vivian.
Okay.
So, how does it feel?
You had that figured out a while ago, didn't you?
Sharp. She has to figure it out on her own. That's what makes it special.
Not only that, you asked Lycon and...
I can't keep anything from you, can I? I've always treated Vivian like my own little sister. Maybe it's just a coincidence, but she looks a lot like Serena. I think I mentioned it before. Serena was my half-sister. She passed away a long time ago. Vivian adores you. Whether you're Phaethon or just Belle. Of course, I also have a lot of respect for someone like you. Strong, fair, and genuinely kind. So I hope... I beg you, please keep her safe.
Hang on. What?
Think of it as the last bit of conscience I have left. A kid as pure as her. She should stay alongside someone who walks in the light. Like you. Not even Vivian can agree with all my beliefs.
Your beliefs?
You probably heard from Lycon. We swore to use our own hands to right the wrongs in this world. I stayed true to my words. My father, the man I hated, stood right before me. I could have ended his life easily, but I hesitated. I remembered that damned oath and their repeated attempts to convince I didn't do it. Because of that, innocent people died. If I'd killed him first, then none of those tragedies would have happened. People like... After that, I realized...
I understand where you're coming from.
I knew you'd understand. Vivian has a good heart. I don't want her to get her hands dirty, but you know how it is. In this world, someone has to be the bad guy. So, I want to
Why apologize all of a sudden?
You're incredibly strong, kind. The world needs more people. Remember that revenge movie I told you about? Children of Devils. I still haven't found it, but I came across another video. Turns out, in that story, the Children of Devils are actually the children of gods. Sorry for rambling. Hope you don't mind. They should be back soon. Please.
What is this? It looks like a cocoon.
Careful, everyone. If I'm not mistaken, that's a sacrifice in there.
It appears to be in hibernation. We don't know when it'll wake up.
If it does wake up, we'll be in serious trouble.
Wait, those spots Bringer marked in his notebook. Are you saying each one might have a sacrifice like this? That means there must be... These sacrifices may still be hibernating, but the fact that... And that's not all. These if they make their way into populated areas...
I'm afraid it will lead to a catastrophic disaster likened to the fall of the old cap.
Let's find a way to get rid of these sacrifices. Exaltists have them.
Thank you for helping me find this sacrifice. But sorry, kids.
It's that annoying old man.
I'd advise you to choose your words wisely.
You are from the Ravenlock family.
That face. Oh, I heard about what happened to your friend. If only she'd been smarter.
It seems your goal was this sacrifice all along.
As expected of a Wolf-Thyran, you are very perceptive. That's right. All thanks to your ex-partner, we were able to carry out our plan smoothly.
My...
I'm not exactly happy being called that, but what he said is true.
Hugo, what do you mean?
I made a deal with Mr. Hartman in advance. So, would you kindly step aside? Of course. You can choose to refuse, but...
What did you offer him?
Everything we know about the sacrifices, plus the...
But...
It's simple. I want to climb higher. Mr. Hartman offered me a chance to join TOPS. Who could say no to that?
No. Impossible. You promised to help me investigate the... You told me the whole point of Mockingbird was to do anything it takes to bring a little justice to this world. Was all of that...
You're just too gullible. I also told you to hide their true intentions. People...
You... I've got no interest in your little feud. My men still have some delicate handiwork to do. To extract that sacrifice behind you.
Over my dead body.
I've heard the conduit.
Stand still.
Wait a minute. Flip the switch. Retreat to advance. Outbound.
You guys are such a pain! Hugo, stop standing around. Time for you to act. We had a deal. Give me the sacrifice core now.
Did we? I don't remember. I imagine this is your favorite kind of entertainment. Watching allies betray each other, seeing people tear each other. I am right when you think you've succeeded. I'm here to tell you it was all fake. None of it was real. Let this pain sink in. It's karma for what you did to me back then.
You're insane.
You still don't recognize me. My full name is Hugo Vlad Ravenlock.
That's impossible. You're part of our family?
I may be an illegitimate child.
I know you. You're that bastard of...
My dear uncle. You were never worthy of your position. You may have killed all of my father's other children, but sorry to disappoint. I'm still alive. I am the true heir.
You're a bastard. You have no right to inherit the family.
That's not for you to decide. Master Edmund is very supportive of my claim.
Edmund? That's impossible.
Master Edmund doesn't care who achieves his goal. In other words...
This can't be! You don't know the family's real...
I know a lot more than you think. Including everything that you've done. Just give up. You never even stood a chance.
Damn it.
This was all fake, right? I actually fell for it.
Vivian, everything I did was to rightfully inherit the... Now, I'm going to kill this man who stole what was never his.
You can't kill him. We still need information.
You must be misunderstanding something, Lycon. Just like you chose the mayor, at least for now, Tops has the same interests as me. I'm not going to harm my own self-interests. Be it intel on the sacrifices or the core itself. I'm handing everything over to Master Edmund.
Why?
I just want to take back what's... If fate is not willing to give me justice, then stealing, robbing, lying, or betraying.
Even if it means selling your soul to the devil? You know about the power struggle between Tops and City Hall. Those elites at Tops would be only too happy to see the Exaltists plotting a grand attack on New Eridu using sacrifices.
That would severely harm the Mayflower's reputation and approval rating in New Eridu. And that's exactly what Tops wants to see.
If that happens, countless people will die.
I'm sorry it has to be this way. But I have to do this. I'm going to get everything Master Edmund wants. Inherit the Ravenlock name, climb to the top. And then I'll be able to change everything for a permanent and absolute victory. Someone has...
I don't really agree. Sounds like some twisted...
This is the path I've chosen without power, resources, or strength. All the talk about using our power to tip the scales of just Mockingbird has never really changed anything or saved anyone. Never in the past, not now, and none of it matters.
But even so, you shouldn't become the...
Sorry, Proxy. I know what you're trying to say, but this isn't some children's story of a dragon slayer. becoming an evil dragon. Sometimes, to slay the dragon, you must first become one. So I will bloody my hands. I will carry the weight of my sin. Out of my way! It's about time you kneel. Give up.
A perfect conduit. Keep focused.
Not bad. My way. I have you now.
Flip the switch.
All right, you got me. But too bad. I have my own methods.
What are you doing?
Well then, make your choice. I know you took it. Don't forget.
Okay. The court.
What a shame. Did you really think I'd keep my promise? That's right. This. What's the matter? Thinking of killing me? Didn't you say, oh, drop your foolish facade?
I knew it.
He has inherited the seed of evil. Do not let it take root. When the time comes, you must be the one.
Go on, kill me.
Master Proxy, are you okay? Are you hurt?
Don't worry, I'm fine.
Lord Vathan, I had no idea Hugo would do that to you.
It's all right. No matter what, this isn't your fault.
If only I'd noticed sooner. Hugo,
That's a hollow down there. If you need, I can arrange for someone to go in and...
That isn't necessary.
To be frank, I thought you'd hate him for his betrayal.
I do hate that he's keeping things from me, but I believe he's...
He was hurt so badly.
I'm terribly sorry. It is impossible for Hugo to be alive. My hand went through his heart.
Sorry to interrupt, everyone. But just so you know, Hartman's gone. Probably slipped away.
I'm sorry, I was so
Same, but it doesn't matter, and he will pay for what he did.
Yes. I'll be reporting. Well then, now that it's...
Another obstacle out of the way. She's going to be pleased. May the Creator guide us.
Fear, suffering, despair, and destruction. That's the future I see, Lord Vathan.
Let's
Let's take a break. So sleepy. So sleepy.
Right. Good dog. Being happy's what counts.
This ought to do it.
It's over.
Forgot to heat up. Going the extra mile. Let's grab a nitro fuel together.
Okay.
My blade is already sheathed. Flames will never die! Hey, you've awakened! Brighter than fireworks!
Victory, the only option.
This party is just getting started! Have a rest for you. Take me in fun! Healing sensor, fire up!
over.
What's that, Tahita? Going the extra mile! This ought to do it.
The light is but one step away.
I'm at your...
Eradicate all evil.